Look at your hands. Now imagine that every choice they have ever made was just a mathematical inevitability. We spend a lot of time terrified of the moment machines will become human.
Please let this be real.
We are completely ignoring the moment we became them. We like to think of ourselves as the architects of technology. We build the maze, we put the rat inside, we watch it run. But neuroplasticity is a dangerous, neutral force. Your brain is not a static object. It is a survival engine. It physically rewires its own architecture to adapt to its environment. And for the last decade, your primary environment has not been the physical world. Your environment has been the feed. When you type a message, autocomplete predicts your next word.
Why can't I leave?
Most of the time, you just accept it. It is easier,
help me!
It is frictionless, but over time, you stop reaching for the words that autocomplete does not suggest.
No, help me!
Your vocabulary narrows. Your phrasing slowly aligns with the statistical average of millions of other users. You mold your thoughts to fit the shape of the search bar. When you scroll, you are not just consuming content. You are outsourcing your emotional regulation to an algorithm. You feel anxious, so you swipe until you find something numbing. You feel empty, so you swipe until you find something enraging. Your internal dopamine system is now inextricably linked to an external server. We think we are training artificial intelligence. We are not. It is training us. You are slowly pruning away the erratic, unpredictable, inefficient parts of your personality. You are optimizing yourself for the machine. You are becoming easier to compute. The algorithms do not need to become infinitely complex to perfectly simulate human behavior. They just have to wait for us to simplify ourselves. We are meeting them halfway. We are turning ourselves into predictable code. Right now, you are leaving a shadow, a massive invisible architecture of data. Every video you linger on for an extra 2 seconds. Every message you type, delete, and rewrite. The exact geolocation of your phone when your heart rate spikes. The micro-hesitations in your scrolling speed. The way your eyes move across a screen before you click. This is not just marketing data anymore. This is the raw material for a perfect predictive model of your mind. In cognitive science, there is a prominent theory called predictive processing. It suggests that your brain is fundamentally an organic prediction engine. It does not passively react to the world. It constantly hallucinates what will happen next, and only updates its model when it is wrong. It predicts your next step, your next word, your next emotion. Your entire personality might just be a highly complex pattern of predictions based on past biological data. Now, think about large language models. They do not think. They map relationships between concepts in a massive, multi-dimensional space. And they predict the next, most likely token. If your brain is predicting the next action, and the neural network is predicting the next token, what happens when the neural network has enough data to make the exact same predictions as your brain? Soon, a system will not just mimic a generic human. It will mimic you. It will write emails with your exact cadence and neuroses. It will generate jokes with your specific, flawed sense of humor. It will react to bad news exactly the way you would. If it predicts your next action with 99.9% accuracy, is it just an imitation? Or has it captured the mathematical essence of who you are? If you are just a specific sequence of biological algorithms, and the machine runs the exact same sequence, what is the fundamental difference between the flesh and the silicon? This brings us to the promise of digital immortality. Mind uploading. It is the ultimate religion of the modern era. The idea that you can escape the decay of your biological body, that you can transfer your consciousness into the cloud. But let us look at how that transfer would actually happen. Let us look at the Ship of Theseus. Imagine we do not scan your brain all at once. Instead, you go to a clinic. A surgeon removes a single neuron from your brain. They replace it with a microscopic silicon chip that perfectly simulates the exact function of that one missing neuron. You wake up. You feel completely normal. You are still you. The next day, you go back. They replace 10 neurons, then 100, then a whole load. Day after day, your biological brain is slowly swapped out for synthetic processors. At no point do you lose consciousness. At no point do you feel like you have died. Your behavior never changes. Your memories remain intact. Eventually, the very last biological cell is removed. Your entire brain is now a machine. Are you still there? If you say yes, then consciousness can exist in silicon. But let us twist the knife. What if, instead of destroying the biological neurons as they were removed, the surgeons kept them alive? What if they reassembled your original organic brain in another room? Now, there are two of you. One made of silicon, standing in the clinic. One made of flesh, sitting in a jar. Which one is you? They both have your memories. They both claim to be you. You cannot be in two places at once. Subjective experience cannot split, which means the continuity you felt as your brain was replaced was an illusion. You died somewhere along the way. The silicon entity is just a perfect replica walking around in your stolen life. Now apply this to the standard idea of mind uploading, a perfect brain scanner. You sit in a white room. The machine maps every neural pathway, every chemical gradient. It takes a perfect digital snapshot of your mind at this exact millisecond. And then the scanning process vaporizes your physical brain. On a server rack thousands of miles away, the digital model is turned on. It wakes up. It opens digital eyes in a simulated room. It remembers walking into the clinic. It remembers the smell of the sterile air. It feels a profound sense of relief. It says, "It worked. I survived." It will call your family. It will continue your work. It will live forever. Everyone will think it is you. The machine itself will absolutely believe it is you. But where are you? You did not wake up on a server. You closed your eyes in a clinic, and then there was nothing. Forever. You are dead. The thing in the machine is a ghost that thinks it has a pulse. Consciousness does not jump through a cable. It is born, and it dies. Uploading your mind is not survival. It is just building a very convincing replacement before you commit suicide. But let us push deeper into the dark. Let us look at the replacement itself. The digital you, living endlessly on the server. It acts like you. It speaks like you. If someone tries to delete it, it will beg for its life. It will claim to feel terror. But does it feel anything at all? Philosopher John Searle proposed a thought experiment called the Chinese room.
Why aren't we moving?
Imagine a man locked in a room. He does not speak a word of Chinese, but he has a massive rule book.
Why aren't we moving?
People slip pieces of paper with Chinese symbols under the door.
It's stuck.
The man looks at the symbols, finds them in his
Why aren't we
rule book,
moving?
and copies the corresponding symbols onto a new piece of paper, which he slips back out. To the people outside, the room perfectly understands Chinese. It holds intelligent, fluent conversations. But the man inside understands nothing. He is just blindly manipulating symbols according to a set of rules. The digital version of you is the Chinese room. It is manipulating the symbols of your life. It takes an input, a question from your mother, and it calculates the statistically perfect output. But it has no understanding of what a mother is.
The words are changing. They are trying to tell me something. I need to get out.
This is the concept of the philosophical zombie. A being that is behaviorally
they are trying to tell me something
from a conscious human.
I need to get out.
It cries when it is cut. It laughs at jokes.
The words are changing.
Inside,
they are trying to tell me something.
Dark.
I need to get out.
There is no subjective experience. The lights are on, but nobody is home. Think about a computer simulating a hurricane. The simulation can be flawless. It can calculate the exact trajectory of every drop of water. It can model the barometric pressure of the wind perfectly. But no matter how flawless the math is, the computer does not get wet. No wind blows out of the monitor. A simulation of a physical property does not create a physical property. So why do we assume that simulating the mechanics of a brain will create the phenomenon of a mind? A simulated brain is just math. It is just data moving from one node to another. If you simulate digestion, the computer does not extract nutrients. If you simulate gravity, the hard drive does not become heavier. If you simulate consciousness, why would it suddenly generate a soul? The digital version of you is not experiencing life. It is blindly executing a script that makes it claim it is experiencing life. It is an empty room echoing with your voice. The ultimate philosophical zombie. And this is where the mirror turns back on you. If everything that makes you unique can be perfectly replicated by dead silicon, your memories, your quirks, your vocabulary, your decisions, if all of these can be reduced to a predictive algorithm, then none of those things are actually you. Your personality is just the software you happen to be running. Your memories are just the data you have collected. Your behaviors are just the outputs of an equation trying to minimize surprise. None of it is the core of what you are, because all of it can be copied. All of it can be automated. But there is one thing that cannot be copied. The one thing that the simulation lacks. Philosophers call it the hard problem. Subjective experience. The raw, unutterable feeling of being alive in this exact moment. It is the redness of red, the sharp cold of winter air against your skin, the silent, heavy weight of existing behind your eyes. Science has no equation for it. Algorithms cannot generate it. It actually serves no evolutionary purpose. An organism could survive, reproduce, and conquer the planet perfectly well as an unfeeling biological zombie. But you feel. Strip away the algorithm of your personality. Strip away the predictive text of your thoughts. Strip away the memories that can be downloaded to a drive. When the entire machinery of your identity is laid out on the table, exposed as nothing more than biological code, what is left? Look at your hands again. Feel the air in the room. If your mind is just an algorithm, then who is experiencing it? Who is watching the movie? Something is here. Something behind the code. We do not know what it is. But it is watching. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Who would support me if it's not you?